What's up, fight fans? Today I'm sitting down with Patrick Ocheme, fighting in PFL Africa on the 9th of August in Johannesburg. Patrick, introduce yourself to the people, tell them where you're from, tell them what you're about, my brother.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Ocheme based Patrick, aka Starboy. I was born and brought up in Nigeria, Lagos State, but I'm based in South Africa, fighting out of Pandemonium Fight Club.
Awesome, man. Coming from Nigeria, talk me through your journey from Nigeria and how you got into fighting and how you ended up in South Africa fighting at the top level.
You know, that's a very interesting question because I originally came to South Africa for soccer because I'm a soccer player, and then I was supposed to sign a contract with Kaizer Chiefs 2014, but then my agent screwed me over, so it didn't go my way. Then some few years later, I was thinking about going back home. Then I met a guy called Sheldon Roberts. He there in Clenavi where I'm staying. So he approached me and he was like, "You look very strong and fit. Would you like to fight for me?" I'm like, "Me fighting? I don't fight on the street. I don't even watch fighting. So how am I going to do well?" Then he said to me, "If you fight for me, I'm going to get you a job and I'm going to get you a sponsorship and stuff like to make your life a bit easier." I thought he was bluffing. I was like, "Okay, let's give it a try." So that's how it all started. 3 weeks later, I had the first fight and I won in 50 seconds. First round KO. I was like, wow, okay.
So I can actually do this. This is actually something I can do and something I can pursue.
Yeah.
So when was this, Patrick? What year was this?
It was 2018.
2018.
Yeah.
So your MMA journey started here in the South African MMA community.
Yeah, that's 4 years ago because originally I'm a kickboxer. Then I got involved into Muay Thai and MMA. So yeah, but I'm loving the MMA more right now.
Oh, awesome, man. So that's quite an interesting story, coming from another country to pursue a dream, that dream being ripped from underneath you, and then a new opportunity just hits you in the face. And here we are, how many years later, and you headlining the Joburg show of PFL Africa. Walk me through the emotions, man.
Yeah, I can't put it all in words because I'm really grateful because it's always been a dream of mine to fight at PFL, you know, but then because people say, "Why don't you go to the UFC?" I'm like, I would love to start from the PFL because I love the way the promotion is, you know. And then when I was given the opportunity to participate in the tournament, I was like, is this really happening? And I said to my coach, am I really going to be fighting in the PFL? And then my manager, Jason, said, yeah, and you'll be headlining the one in Johannesburg. I didn't believe it. I'm like, I'll believe it when I see it on paper, you know. And the feeling, knowing fully well that I'm the main event at the one in Johannesburg. Every time I talk to my mom, I'm like, "Mom, yeah, it's really happening right now, you know. I got a chance to changing my whole family's life, you know, because I've always wanted people to know more about my late dad, because he was my hero, you know, my mentor, and he really inspired me a lot. So then I'm trying to do as much as I could so I could put my family name there in the world's map.
That's amazing, man. That's amazing. And then to think that after all the sacrifices that you've had to make, leaving your home country, facing all of this adversity, it must feel so sweet now to see all the hard work and all the sacrifices that you've made, that I think a lot of people outside of Africa don't understand the sacrifices African fighters have to make just for the shot at an opportunity, not even a straight opportunity. So, you know, it's a crazy story, and I think it's an amazing story of typical African grit. And you know, nothing can get you down, nothing can get Africans down. So from having a professional soccer contract to headlining the PFL Joburg, what a crazy story.
That's amazing, really.
So I want to touch on one specific thing. It was Kings K1, right?
Eclipse Fight League, EFL.
Eclipse, okay. So I want to touch on the EFL tournament that you fought, where you had 3 fights?
It's 2 fights for the night.
2 fights on the night. And you knocked both of the guys out with the exact same technique. You set it up a bit differently. Roll the clip on.
Yeah, because you will never know
So talk me through that tournament and the emotions you had, knowing that, listen, I'm gonna have 2 full contact fights on the same night. Where was your head at in terms of body management, and what was your approach to the first fight, knowing that you're gonna have another one after?
Well, it was supposed to be an 8-man tournament, so I was actually prepared to fight 3 different people, because to be the champion you have to fight 3 times and you have to win all 3 fights. And then some of the guys pulled out because they didn't want to go against me, which I understand, but then I wouldn't pull down because of any other person. So then when they announced and they said we're only going to be fighting twice, just 4 of us, and the game plan that I actually had wasn't what I used to win both fights. You wouldn't even believe it. It's just an extra stuff that I've been working on at the gym. I haven't even perfected it yet. So but then going to the first fight, I'm like, okay, it's a pro Muay Thai fight, and Muay Thai is very brutal and stuff. So I wanted to keep it nice and clean, going in to push the finish, at the same time not being reckless and stuff. So then when I caught on him, because I know he's a pressure fighter, Kaya, the guy that I fought first. So then when I could manage to get him to go backwards, and then I got him in that corner, it was perfect for me to use that particular drill, switching stance, throwing the right jab and going straight into a spinning back fist or a spinning back elbow. So then he reacted the way that I wanted him to. So that's why I got the first one, right? So then I was very fortunate to get it in 40 seconds. Then going into the final, I know I was going against a high-level fighter, somebody I've always looked up to when I started doing this, because he's always been like a star, the EFC, that's Sylvester. So I knew he got cardio because he trains hard. We both train very hard. And in terms of experience, he got more experience than me. He's traveled around the world, stuff like that, he had a lot of fight, and we happen to share the same crew. So I knew it wasn't gonna be easy, but then I was privileged to go 40 seconds, and he had to go all 3 rounds, 3 minutes each, against Cole Haney, which wasn't an easy fight for him as well. So I tried, the game plan was for us to go in there round 1 to pick up the pace, just so he could get more tired. I tried doing that, but the nigga wasn't buying it. Then I was like, this guy is really who I really believe that he is, because I've always hold him in high regards, because I know he works hard, he trains hard, he's very strong, he's also very tricky. But I believe my kind, I'm different. I believe that it's not something that I worked for, it's a gift that God gave to me. I'm just figuring things out as the more I go further into the sport. I'm finding myself doing things. It's just like muscle memory. It's like it's always been in me, but then I have to try it out to see, oh fuck, this is natural. Forgive my language. So then I took a moment and I was like, Patrick, I've been picking up the pace. It's not reacting to the way that I actually want him to. Stay calm. He's gonna make a mistake. So then I made him to get comfortable. And if you check the knockout, we were right in the middle. And then he was at a safe space. He was sure that I can't land on him. But what he didn't know is I can switch and I'm very quick. It's a gift God gave me. So when I switched the stance, now I had to do it in a much, so I had to close this distance with the switch this time around. But then when I threw the jab, he was about to throw a right. I don't know if he wanted to throw a hook or whatever, but then I saw his right hand coming up. So the moment I threw the jab after switching, I just went with an elbow because he was close already. So when I landed that and it felt like that and I looked at him, I knew it was over.
Look, man, the only thing I'm hearing is how cerebral you fight and how aware you are in there, firstly. And then the second thing that is, make no mistake, also God-given, is the self-belief that you have. Fighting a guy like Sylvester Chipfumbu, that'll shake most men in their boots, specifically with a difference in experience. And the self-belief that you have of saying, I'm not going to lose. I don't care how good he is. I don't care how much experience he has. That's a mentality that's very difficult, if not impossible, to teach. So, man, I'm sitting under this tracksuit. I've got goosebumps with the way you're talking, my brother. So, fuck. I'm in awe, to be honest. I want to touch on a bit more of Patrick and who you are. outside of fighting? Explain to me what do you do when you're not in the gym? What do you do? What do you like? What do you enjoy doing?
First of all, I'm a very passionate person. Whatever I want to do, I do it properly. If I want to have fun, if I want to go party, I party hard, even though I don't like getting drunk, because it's not nice for me. So then I'm a very loving person, and my dad taught me to respect everybody, regardless of who you are, what you do, what you have, So I'm the one guy that I don't like wasting time, So you could basically say I plan. If I want to play and have fun, it must be during my spare time, right? And then if I'm working towards something, that should be my priority. You get my point? So when I'm not training, when I'm at home, I mostly spend time with my son, because he's one of my motivation as well, because I want him to be proud of me, his father, when he grows up, to say that, oh, my dad, he did the impossible, So I want him to grow up believing that if he set his mind on something, it can be achievable as long as he believes in that. So, and when I'm at home and I'm alone, I like watching Netflix. Sometimes I like watching this, like this movie called Go. It's a sport kind of movie, but then it's about running. And the one from Francis Ganisiri, the one, what's the name again? It just came out recently, the fighting one, the one that involved areas and stuff. So I just like watching stuff like that, motivational movies actually, I'd say, because it inspires me a lot.
So you're never off the job?
No.
You're never off the job. So
really.
when in your spare time, you spend time with your family, who is your main motivation for fighting, or you are busy
I
relaxing?
train every day, Monday to Monday. If I'm not training kickboxing, I'm playing soccer. I still play soccer just to keep fit. Because especially when I'm preparing for a fight, it's not just about being just fit. I want to touch up every angle. I want to be running fit. I want to be pad work fit. I want to be bag work fit. I want to be sparring fit. I want to be grappling fit. And then I combine all of that together. That's what I usually do. So, because to me, I always tell my coach, if I'm fit, I believe nobody will take me down. And if you do take me down, you won't keep me down. I honestly believe that. I'm convinced that until I'm proven otherwise, which I doubt. So that's just what I believe in.
So my brother, firstly, I can say that you say that you would like your son to be proud of his father. You are making history, my brother. You are headlining a PFL event in Joburg as an African. You're the first to ever do it. So let me tell you that the whole community here is already proud, and you've done enough to make anyone around you proud. So I think you're on the right track, and I'm excited to watch your career go to where it's going to go. And I think that the ceiling is limitless. There's no ceiling to where you can go with the attitude you have. So just look into the camera, tell the fans what they can expect on the 9th of August when you make history as the first headlining African on a PFL show in Africa.
Well, guys, I'm a natural entertainer, and a few guys, those that have been following me, can see that with my entrance, I entertain. Once I step into the octagon, I'm a different person, They call me Starboy for a reason, because I love the vibe, I like to entertain. I love to keep the fans happy. And the one thing about me is, you can say, Patrick is going to win. But one thing you cannot know for sure is, how am I going to win? And that's the beauty about it. Because it doesn't matter how it comes, doesn't matter if it's my hands or my feet or whatever. I might even surprise myself and get a submission, you never know. I don't write that off. But what I'm trying to say is, you're not going to be disappointed, God's willing, like I always say, because I put in the work, and I have the best coaches in the world to actually guide me through all of this, and all thanks to my sponsor, the likes of the 420 Doctors, the likes of Elite Apparel, that they've been supporting me as well, and the likes of Sheldon Robert also been helping me from wherever he can. So it's impossible for me to lose. If I lose, God forbid, it's only because of it's God's will. It's not because I didn't do anything right, which is almost impossible for me to lose. I'm not just doing this for me, I'm doing this for my whole family. So guys, you must be sure that I am going to entertain the whole crowd. It's going to be lovely. See you guys there.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, your main event of PFL Africa on the 9th of August in Johannesburg, Carnival City. Your main event, Patrick Ocheme. Thank you for being here, my brother.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it. Really.